Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for our national anthem, Negara Ku. On behalf of the Malaysian Global Innovation and Creativity Centre, MaGIC, good morning and welcome. My name is Zain and I will be your MC for this morning. Thank you, Wadi Minister, Wan Eng, our MaGIC CEO, Mr. Ashwad Al-Ghazi, keynote speaker, Ms. Joel Pang from Fast Job Asia, investors, mentors, partners, and esteemed guests for making time to be with us this morning. And most importantly, let's give a hand to the second cohort of the MaGIC Global Initiative Program, GAP. For the benefit of some of us here, GAP aims to equip startups in and outside Malaysia with knowledge, expertise, and network to become investment ready within 4 months, and break into the ASEAN market. Our first accelerator program started in 2015. This is not the first time doing it. When we started in 2015, it was called MAP, the MaGIC Accelerator Program. We ran 3 of these MAPs, and they have helped over 200 startups across the region. Last year, we expanded from MAP to GAP, and GAP stands for the Global Accelerator Program. GAP was so good that it won the Best Accelerator Program by the ASEAN Rice Bowl Startup Awards and the Malaysian Rice Bowl Startup Awards. Now GAP is back. It's back to develop the GAP, and this time, the second GAP received the highest number of applications, a total of 961 applications from 78 countries. The GAP team had such a difficult time from the 961 to narrow down to 27 startups, and the 27 startups represent 10 countries. Some of them are from the United States, Germany, Poland, and some as near as Thailand and Singapore. We call these startups accelerators. It's a real word. So let's give them a round of applause for the accelerators. Before I bring up our first presenter, I just want to thank a few people on behalf of MaGIC that make GAP happen. The first one goes to the GAP team that worked tirelessly to make this happen, led by Sanira Sukyan. I want to give appreciation to the mentors who will be committing their time and expertise to GAP, the program partners who put trust and faith in the program, the account managers who will be guiding the accelerators, the investors who will be supporting them during demo day and beyond, and finally to all the magicians. The magicians are people that work in MaGIC, though we don't do any magic card tricks, unfortunately, but we call ourselves magicians. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great honor and privilege to invite our MaGIC CEO, Ashwad Al-Ghazi, on stage for his welcoming remarks.
Good morning, everyone. Well, first and foremost, our heartiest welcome to YB Minister Tuan Lim for graciously accepting our invitation this morning here. But before we proceed with my welcoming remarks, most of you would know that recently we lost a very dear friend within the ecosystem, Mr. Nazrin, who was also the Cradle CEO. So before I thought we start, if you could take us a moment of silence to pay our respects to Nazrin. Ladies and gentlemen, as Zai mentioned just now, today is a very special day again for MaGIC. And again, as echoing what Zai said just now, congratulations to 27 of the startups for GAP Cohort 2. It is definitely a huge feat, yeah, to be shortlisted from 961 applications globally, right? So, and you guys are selected for a particular reason. We believe in you guys, we believe in the business that you guys are doing, we believe that you guys are potentially scalable towards the ASEAN region at the very least, right? So kudos to you guys, and please do make us proud like me. But now, some of you guys may just have visibility from a cohort point of view. Let me kind of just reflect a little bit to just kind of see how does cohort fit, the GAP cohort fits within the larger things that we've been doing in the space. You would see that we've been evolving since year one in 2014 from being pure tech, including social entrepreneurship, positioning ourselves as a creativity innovation center, thriving into an impact-driven enterprise space, and then getting corporates more involved with regards to innovation and entrepreneurship to make sure that the bridge between you guys happens really well. And now moving towards bridging all types of businesses to embody IR 4.0 and also the sustainable development goals for your reference, Basil. From this whole diagram, and again, I'm needing this to contextualize where GAP is coming from, right? You would see the centerpiece is trying to make sure that all entrepreneurs are ready for future way of business. And to make sure that you guys embody also your business in the context of sustainable development goals. Within the whole framework that we have, at the top end you will see the acceleration component. And GAP is one piece, including all other aspects, all other verticals that we're talking about. We've just signed up with United Nations, who's going to be doing a youth collab happening in the next couple of months in KL, in Penang, in Johor, and also in Sarawak, right? And that's focusing pretty much on SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals per se. We've just tied up with Green Tech Corporation and the EU, in order to do a vertical space in the green tech area, right? So GAP is naturally up there, and I wanted to share this with everyone here because you guys need to know where you guys fit within the whole bigger picture per se. While we've outreached to all these guys throughout the years and created this kind of an impact per se, and the reason again I wanted to share this across is because this is our expectations with this cohort. This is why we have the team scrutinizing every single submission to make sure that you guys are creme de la creme in achieving that impact that we desire for you guys. And as you can see, the acceleration component contributes the largest chunk, right? And if we take from a different lens, because how we've designed the program per se, and we did an analysis in terms of the investments that's been raised by the various startups within the cohorts, and we do some baseline assumption through, you would see from the first round that we've done all the way to the last cohort, These are the kind of investment rates and the kind of valuations that's been put across within the portfolio of cohorts that we have. Again, ladies and gentlemen, GAP cohort 2, right? This is our expectations for you guys. You know, you guys are not selected just because you have an idea. You guys are selected because of the potential of what you have and the potential of impact that could create to a larger audience at the end of the day. Zain mentioned this before, so you know, we hope that you guys are proud to be part of the best accelerator that's been accorded to us last year at the Rise Global Startup Awards. And you'll be running through a 4-month program that covers all these various aspects in terms of ensuring that at the end of the 4 months, we'll be organizing a demo day where you'll pitch with a whole bunch of investors across. So our historical track record, depending on how well you guys are prepped and up to the challenge, all right? There are some of you guys that have raised funding during the program itself, not just at the end, right? And that's how we've designed to make sure that it benefits you at the end of the day. And again, you know, without taking too much time, we would definitely like to thank our partners, the various corporate partners that has come together with us, who believed in the vision of the Global Accelerator Program, in providing all sorts of support to the extent that each startup in the cohort has access to up to $500,000 USD worth of benefits, right, per startup. So that's something that is really powerful, and it's only up to you guys to kind of capitalize that benefit for the betterment of the business and the cause that you guys are driving through. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, again, you know, thank you very much. All the best to GAP cohort 2. Can I hear a shout out from you guys a little bit? Boleh ya? Boleh ya, Mak? Can or not? Ayo, not convincing, Mak. Can or not? Ah. Alright guys, thank you again.
Thank you, Ashraf, for the presentation.
That for me is all about support. As an entrepreneur, as a small startup business, I think the support you get in GAP is the most crucial, the most important.
This program instigates the growth for a future of international collaborations and connections for entrepreneurs worldwide.
We meet a lot of people that have so many different experiences in one accelerator, which is I think the best thing about this.
Yeah, it's awesome, right? It's really awesome due to the fact that we're able to meet lots of cool people, participants, mentors, and these people are actually the ones that actually help us accelerate our growth from day one up until now, and hopefully we'll be able to do a lot more in the future.
I think it enhances your leadership skills and you become bolder. I would say that every day we grow every day. We do not expect to be taught the way we are every week like that. And like in the beginning we were apprehensive, but I think at the end what we realized like more than halfway into the program how good it has been for us. Especially the way we started our startup, it wasn't as structured as it should have been, so I think the classes have really helped us.
it all.
We would now like to invite Lin-Wan-A for his speech. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming him. Let us go.
Encik Ashran Dato' Ghazi, CEO of MaGIC, all the participants, the mentors, as well as the sponsoring companies. Selamat pagi dan salam harapan kepada everyone. Terlebih dahulu, saya ingin mengucapkan selamat menyambut Hari Raya Aidilfitri. Maaf zahir dan batin kepada semua penganut agama Islam. Dan tentu saya amat kagum bahawa semua pun dalam perayaan Hari Raya Aidilfitri anda masih kerja dalam cuti raya ini. Syabas dan tahniah kepada semua. And since you are working during the holiday celebration, Minister also got to work. I know this is the first time Minister of Finance has come for a MaGIC event. You must ask him, what is the Minister of Finance doing here? Shouldn't you be looking after the country's finances? Especially when we have, mounting debt problems. I think we also want to look to the future. If you look at the Ministry of Finance, it can be roughly divided into three main sectors: cost centers, revenue centers, and productivity centers. I don't have to explain what are cost centers and revenue centers, but I think productivity centers are where we look forward to the future. It's new sources of revenue, designed so that we can depend on the creativity and the innovation from our talent pool, so that we can have not just new sources of revenue, but we can also survive. And of course, MaGIC is part of that effort to create more productivity centers. And when we talk about productivity centers, it's basically all about, in essence, it's basically all about creativity and innovation. And that's why it includes art, culture, and heritage. The challenge is, how do you marry art, culture, and heritage with innovation and creativity? Now in Penang, I'm going to say a lot of examples of Penang. Because as you know, I was the Chief Minister of Penang for 2 terms. And we tried out many of these approaches, especially bringing science, bringing technology to people. And even, of course, marrying technology with heritage. Converting heritage buildings into science centers. So that we can, of course, make science more grassroots-like, make science more relevant, and of course, make science more interesting. And we have also, of course, an accelerator and incubator center in Penang, which we call ACCAD. It's right in the middle of the UNESCO World Heritage Enclave of Georgetown. In order to, of course, try to talent spot and try to unearth the next, Facebook, the next international scale, but of course, local scale, maybe the next Grab. Or even the talents from PictoChart. I don't know whether PictoChart is here. Are they here? Now, I mentioned PictoChart because they work closely with Penang. So I remember PictoChart. Of course, you know you got a friend in the Minister of Finance. You know, when I was a Chief Minister of Penang, not very many companies want to work with us. Because we are seen to be on the wrong side. But sometimes, life has a way of surprising you. So you may be on the wrong side, but now you are on the right side. So let me get through my speech here. Now, MaGIC's launch of the GAP, the Global Accelerator Program, that's in their second cohort this year, kicked off yesterday to a 4-month program based here in Cyberjaya. Now, every one of you are unique, and this program will harness that individual talent. MaGIC brings different qualities and talents to this part of the world to help connect and grow a new breed of entrepreneurs. Networks are important because it strengthens and supports Malaysia's role in this new world. This 4-month MaGIC journey will hopefully jumpstart your effort in building your business or really make your dreams come true. We welcome those who have come from abroad to set up base here in Malaysia. We hope eventually you will make Malaysia your stepping stone to the increasingly integrated ASEAN market that consists of more than 600 million people with a growing affluent middle class. Malaysia offers a prime location because of its geographic centrality, and for those looking to ride on and contribute to ASEAN growth whilst experiencing regional dynamism. Malaysia wants to be on the forefront of ASEAN integration, and MaGIC is one example of Malaysia playing its part. In this data-driven digital era, the sharing economy is a prerequisite. But really, sharing a common platform at nominal cost is the essential element of success. Today, we stand on the brink of a technological revolution that will fundamentally alter the way we live, work, play, and relate to one another. In terms of its scale, scope, and complexity, Industry 4.0 will be unlike anything we have ever seen. We do not know yet how it will unfold, but one thing is clear: the response to it must be integrated and comprehensive, involving all stakeholders of the global polity, from the public and private sectors to academia and civil society. And I would think that it should be private sector-led. That whilst government regulation is important, when you talk about creativity and innovation, I think the government's role should be limited. Best not to interfere in things you do not know. Leave it to the experts. And well, of course, again, we should try to think that whilst we put in money, we have a say. Sometimes that say is the one that stifles progress. So I would like to see probably a new mindset that whilst we support, I think private sector should lead the effort. But you must show us results, because if you don't show us the results, then you know what to do now. Now we are looking for sustainable growth. What do you mean by sustainable growth? Sustainable growth, of course, we look at many parameters. But for me, sustainable growth means transforming our economy to be an entrepreneurial state as well as a welfare state. We want growth, but we also want equitable growth, where everyone has a share. We do not want to see income inequality widening. And that's where I think technology, like yourself here, can help to bridge that gap. Build bridges, not build walls. Something that building walls will help the country. But we think that building bridges should be the way out. And that's why we don't understand why there's a need for a trade war. Even the greatest wall builder in the world, which is China, the Great Wall of China, they are building bridges. So I think we should build bridges. Then only can we not only connect with each other, we can connect to the future. Building a wall doesn't connect you to the future. Building a bridge does that. And in the future, if we start off well, Jack Ma, who came yesterday, he said, in the future, you will be no longer made in China, made in America, or made in Malaysia. It will be made by the internet. So if you want to be part of that new world made by the internet, I think you will have to be part of this new future. So when you talk about Malaysia being an entrepreneurial state, I won't be talking to you about Malaysia being part of this welfare state. That will be for another occasion. But Malaysia will be part of an entrepreneurial state. What do you mean by entrepreneurial state? When I talk about Malaysia being an entrepreneurial state, the government's role would be to facilitate collaboration between partners. We are looking at a 4P partnership. Normally you have public-private. We're looking at 4P. Public, private, people and professionals. No point having a partnership if you don't have professional inputs there. And of course, no point in talking about partnership if you cannot get buy-in from the people. No people buy-in, no hope for success. So remember, when you talk about partnerships, under the Ministry of Finance, we are looking at public sector, private sector, people and professionals. Now when we talk Industry 4.0, I'm sure you are familiar with that. We talk about not just cloud computing, big data analytics, robotics, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity. We talk about fintech. We talk about IoT. It's a completely complete universe there. Of course, the main interest we think we on artificial intelligence. With the establishment of deep learning and neural networks, artificial intelligence is playing a greater and a more important role. Machine learning, I think that's incredible. Incredible technology that allows computers to identify, first break down data using VDA, and then identify a pattern. From this data, make sense out of it, identify a pattern, and most important, the final outcome is to make predictions, accurate predictions. It is this predictive analytics that I think we would hope that we can be part of. And it should probably be applied more widely in our daily lives. In Penang, we have started this predictive analytics by trying to fight dengue. Because dengue takes many lives. Using traditional methods doesn't seem to work. So what we are doing is doing one step will happen. And that is done by using this predictive analytics capability of where the next dengue outbreak will happen, and of course we will then carpet bomb the area by applying all the preventive methods. We do not know how successful that will be because we only started this year. But at least the number of deaths has reduced dramatically. This effort, we call it CAT. CAT means not competency, accountability and transparency. That is the new mantra for the Ministry of Finance, CAT government. Competency, accountability and transparency. We call it CAT, crush ADs totally. Using predictive analytics. Now, whether that is successful, if that is successful, then it will be applied nationally by the Health Ministry. So I think these are areas where I think you all with your new startups can help make a difference. After all, we are here to change the world. You don't need to go to the West to change the world. You can change the world from anywhere, provided you dream big and you work hard. And I'm sure that MaGIC GAP would help you to reach there faster. Now, all of you are experts in technology. I think what MaGIC is trying to do is to teach you how to be also an entrepreneur. Because if you are not an entrepreneur, you cannot succeed in making your product or invention relevant to the marketplace and of course acceptable by consumers. So whilst we need experts in technology, we also need entrepreneurs, what I describe as technopreneurs. Jack Ma, who came yesterday, is of course one of the ultimate technopreneurs. Expert in technology, but also a successful entrepreneur. And how can you be a technopreneur? This cannot be taught. We can show you the way, but you've got to learn it through hard experience. Just as some of you may ask me, how to be a Minister of Finance? I can't teach you that. You've got to have, number one, that determination, and of course that willingness to sacrifice. But at least with a technopreneur, you don't have to go to jail. If where I am, I have to go to jail. I went there twice or more. But you talk about being a technopreneur. Experience, experiential learning, and of course that determination to make the right sacrifices and not to give up. Never ever give up. Because once you give up your dreams, then you have nothing to forward to. And what Malaysia intends to do is to create that environment so that you can have an opportunity to make your dreams come true. Now, what type of platform would that be? I would describe that platform where you can make your dreams come true. Would be dependent whether Malaysia has the 3 T's to create a knowledge of creative cluster. And what are the 3 T's? The first T is talent. The second T is technology. And the third T, probably the most important of all, whether there's a tolerance for new ideas. Now, this new government believes in rule of law and freedom. We believe that you should have not only freedom of speech, you should also have freedom after speech. And with this tolerance of new ideas, we hope that Malaysia, with its geographical centrality, geographical location, would have something that probably even our neighbors don't have. Maybe last time we don't have, and now we got. So use that opportunity wisely. Because as I said, this government would encourage good ideas, especially those that help to uplift the poor and improve their living standards. So, having said that, I wish to again thank MaGIC for inviting me, and we hope that from this second cohort, you will make some magic happen. I'm sure you learned a lot from each other. Just I'm coming here, when I first came here, they didn't want to prepare me a speech. I said, no, you must prepare me a speech. So at least I know what this program is all about. And at the same time, I can learn something. Because, I'm a complete Neanderthal in technology compared to you guys here. And every time when I come and read out a speech, at least I learn something, or I try to learn something. And I'm sure you learn a lot from each other. If an old man like me can learn, if a 93-year-old man can learn, you all better learn. So with that, I'd like to declare the Global Accelerator Program GAP open for 2018. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister. If you can remain on stage, I will invite CEO Ashwat to moderate the fireside chat.